winterly cold here outside of Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia and Pennsylvania, and everybody is cranking up the heat and the air is so dry in our homes. And when we wake up and we have that itchy throat because of dry air, and then we're like, oh my gosh, are we sick? Or is it just that my air is so dry? This is why you need a humidifier, because it's so much better for you, pushing the moisture back in your home, keeping you more comfortable, better for you, better for your skin, better for the wood floors in your home and the whole thing. It's important to have this. And we have it on sale. By the way, this is the top fill, so you can just take a picture and go over or take it over to the sink like I do. For $49.98. This one also has an antimicrobial tank and base, so you're getting that clean air. It runs 70 hours on low, so you can truly set it and forget it. You can move the direction of the humidity. You can also change the type of release you want, the mist, and it is so quiet. I have this platinum in my own home. We have black. This is the sand, the cream, and the red pepper. We're not getting any more orders in 2022. This is it. We have a lot of cold weather ahead. Kelly Walker's going to join me, but you know, we really should be using our humidifier year round. I just think we think about it, Kelly, this time of the year in particular, when our air is just extra dry.
Yes, and it is extra dry right now. That freezing cold weather outside is already dry, and then, you know, of course, we're going to turn up the heat. We're not going to freeze in our homes. When we turn up the heat, we dry the air out even more. That's what leads to a lot of the problems a lot of people have: the dry eyes, the dry nasal passages, the postnasal drip, sore, scratchy throats, all of that stuff. You need a great humidifier, not just any humidifier. And the problem is finding a great humidifier out there on the, on the shelves or even online is very difficult. They're either really small and barely last for a night, or they're really big and they have that big tank that you have to carry to and from a sink, or worse yet, lean over into a tub to fill up. Well, the worst part about all of them was the slimy gunk that was always showing up in them. We fixed all those issues, and that's why we are truly the best of the best when it comes to humidifiers for your home. This one, it's Cool Mist technology, so it's great for the kids' rooms. That mist is also our Clean Mist technology, which means we infuse the entire tank and base with an antimicrobial inhibitor to help prevent the growth of bacteria in the tank. We give you a permanent ceramic filter that never needs to be replaced, so you can feel confident the moisture going into for your family to breathe in. The other thing is we give you long run times. This one's 70 hours of runtime on low. So if you've got that on low sitting right beside your bed while you sleep, that's going to give you about 9 nights of sleep. You're getting 8 hours a night before you have to refill it. But because it is top fill, could not be any easier to fill. Just top it off every once in a while with a cup of water, a pitcher of water. And it's virtually unlimited runtime. You'll notice I never actually had to turn it off at all.
Can we use water from the sink, tap water?
The vast majority of us will use regular tap water. If you know you have excessively hard water, I do recommend filtered or distilled water then.
Perfect.
But most of us will use regular tap water.
And what's happening here? Is this going through that filter? Is it showing the antimicrobial?
Yeah, that was actually going through that filter, that permanent filter that never needs to be replaced. So you can feel confident in that moisture in the air. It's also quiet. It's going to help you sleep better because it's so quiet.
So quiet.
It's going to help your children as well. For the infants, toddlers, babies, it's a must this time of year. So same for your wood floors, your wood furniture, your cabinetry, musical instruments to prevent drying and cracking as well. And again, top fill means now do what I've always said, put them in multiple rooms throughout your house, definitely in the bedrooms, and then make sure you get at least one in the main living space, that space where you and your family spend most of your time. So you'll breathe better and sleep better, and you just feel better all winter long.
Yeah, and I mean, easy to maneuver. I'll take you through the colors because this is, Air Innovations is known in this space. When we have the sale prices, $20 off, this is when you jump in, you have a $10 easy pay. Here's your platinum, and think about multiples. Really you should have one in every bedroom, but especially where you and your loved ones spend time and where you sleep and where you hang out. Platinum, working from home, getting one in your office. The black, the sand, the cream, and that red pepper. This one has an aroma tray, does it not?
Yes, it does. And we are working on getting more aroma pads
So
in
that'll
the
be,
system
you don't
for you.
have to use it, but if you want to be on the
Right.
lookout, because that is going to be in the back, if you want to put in a little aromatherapy in there, which is awesome. The way you top fill it is right here at the top. I love the size of this one too, Kelly, because this one is nice. You know, I have it right now on a table. Some humidifiers that are huge, you kind of feel like, where in the world do I even put them? And they look odd on a table. This does not. So if you want to set this up on a table, like it's that perfect size.
That's right. It's perfect for your nightstand, for your end table, for a lot of places where you know, around the house. This is kind of the go-to overall humidifier that'll work everywhere. So you can put them in multiple rooms throughout your house. I want to read a little something here because if you haven't noticed, I'm fighting off a little bit of a cough and things too. So these are really helping me out right now. And I'm going to read to you why, because it's right from the Medline website. This is run by the National Institutes of Health. They say, humidifiers increase the humidity in your home to help eliminate the dry air that can otherwise irritate and inflame the passages of your nose and your throat. So if you get stuffed up at night and you're tossing and turning and having a hard time sleeping, that could be why. Number 2, now this one's me. Humidified air can help relieve some discomforts of colds and flus. And I got to tell you, when you have those colds and flus like so many do right now,
Yeah.
that humidified air really is a comfort. And believe me, I'm feeling it more than ever right now, and I'm very comforted with
Every
these
time my
humidifiers.
family, so ever since we got the
Oh,
humidifiers, our air innovations in our lives, we want them on all the time. But if any of us feel under the weather or icky, we will take the air,
oh yeah.
the humidity, just do it directly in our face, because you want that humidity just to kind of help ease all the things that you're going through, because that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why when it's cold out and the air is dry, it's also a very sensitive time to wake up and have a dry throat. And if my air is dry, my throat will be dry when I wake up.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this time of year, it is really a huge help to add that extra level of humidity back into your home, especially if you're running things like fireplaces. They severely
Yeah.
dry the air in your home. It's great that it's silent, so you know that's so that everybody can sleep a little bit better. It's great for the kids' rooms. It's great for the pets, the plants, the musical instruments, the cabinetry. It helps prevent drying and cracking of those things. And because that top fill technology, again, put them around your whole house because you're never going to lug this tank to and from a sink anymore. All you're going to do is walk around and, you know, I always say, if you can water your plants, you can water your humidifiers.
Yeah.
Just top them off with, you know, a cup of water or a pitcher of water every once in a while. That's all there is to it. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people kind of got turned off to the old humidifiers because nobody wanted to fill that thing up. Now we've taken that away and made it very easy to fill up and to maintain it so that you'll get the most use out of it. So it can help you out. So it can comfort those coughs and colds and all those issues that come with the dry air throughout the winter.
It's a nice beauty secret too. Kelly, I remember
Oh, yeah.
my mother-in-law is a nurse. She's retired now, but when I moved to my first kind of cold stay, I grew up in South Carolina, so I was not really used to, every now and then we'd have cold weather. But when I moved to West Virginia, it was so cold, and I was 20 something, like 25 years old, and I'm like, what are these fine lines on my face? Like I see.
Oh, yeah.
And I called my mother-in-law, was like, do you have a humidifier? You need to get a humidifier. So it is one of those things where even from like a beauty standpoint, taking good care of your skin, and you know, if you've ever noticed when you go to like Miami or somewhere tropical, your skin looks its best ever, it's because they have more humidity in the air.
Right, that's right. And you know what? You don't even think about it. You know, you add the humidity to the air, you're naturally absorbing it into your skin. And I always kind of think of it more like the difference between the raisin and the grape. The only difference is moisture. Raisin
Totally.
doesn't have it, the grape does. And that's what you want your skin to look like, that nice, plump, vibrant skin. And so that's why, you know, that's like I always said, this is the secret to the stars. This is what they do. They run their humidifiers. In fact, I was watching one of those specials, you know, one of those award shows, and they were showing backstage. And backstage, every single one of the little dressing room areas had their own separate humidifier right there. So, I mean, if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for just about everybody for that beauty treatment.
Well, and with, you know, you're saving $20. This is how we can affordably get more into our homes, or certainly get that one and put it where you're spending the most time, where you're sleeping. But the best case is to have one actively, so those rooms, you know, are keeping that level of moisture at this great sale price. So I'll take you through colors after we look at this. I also love the Sense Touch, like the Sensa Touch, you just tap it. And those are 4 different modes where we see that power button, Kelly, is that right? Like for different
That's right.
levels?
Low, medium, high, and supreme. And then the lights go off after about 20 seconds. So if you're a light sleeper, if you're light sensitive, that's not going to bother you at all. It's also quiet to help, you know, so that you can sleep better with it as well. But but it's also our cool mist technology. Our atomizer vibrates about 1.7 million times per second, and that creates a really, really fine mist. So you'll notice with ours, it's not going to wind up all over the countertop and the table surrounding it. It's going to stay in the air where it can do you the most good. That's why we get the long run times, 70 hours or 9 nights of sleep on low, but it also means we're getting more use out of the water because it's staying in the air where it can actually do you the most good.
And auto shut off. So this is your platinum, your black, the sand, the cream, the red pepper, auto shut off. So if it runs out of water or something while you happen to be sleeping, Kelly, no worries.
No worries at all. It will shut itself off. If you have kids or pets that might knock it over, it will shut itself off then as well. We try to think of everything with these because we want you to use them throughout your entire house. I've said it for years. You want them in your bedroom. You want them in the kids' rooms. If you have more than one kid, don't pick your favorite child. Make sure they all get them. And then put one in the main living space, a space where you and your family spend the most time.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed at just how much better you feel throughout these harsh, dry winter months, especially right now when that cold air is, I mean, I was just coming in tonight.
It's cold.
It was about 12 degrees is what my truck was reading.
It
so
is
that is way too
cold.
cold and way too dry.
We've been luckier with snow this year so far. I mean, we've got a lot of year to go, but this year it's the air. It's the cold, cold air. So that means dry, dry air as we pump the heat, as we pump the fireplaces, and we've got a sale price on something you need, especially now. Kelly, hope you feel better. I'm glad you're surrounded by humidifiers.
I already do.
Okay, good. Bye.